Welcome back into the Awesemo YouTube channel, guys. My name is Geoff Ulrich, bringing you some no-house advantage picks for Monday Night Football. Week 12, we got the Seattle Seahawks visiting the Washington football team this weekend. You haven't heard, no-house advantage. They're a 100% peer-to-peer site, helping you level the playing field, which makes it easier for you to win versus traditional DFS sites. No-house advantage offers over 500 player props, and the best part is, all new users will get a $25 deposit bonus when they use the promo code Awesemo. So, beat your friends, not the house. Download in the App Store today and win big with player props on No House Advantage. Let's talk about some of those player props I like for Monday Night Football here. We got three of them coming at you for Seattle and Washington. Let's go to the Washington football team first. I like Antonio Gibson, but I like him to go under his rushing yardage prop on No House Advantage. It's 65.5 yards. And let's not forget, Washington football team, they're coming off a 2-game winning streak, but they are home underdogs here. They are kind of projected perhaps to be throwing the ball a little bit more in this game. As a result, Washington O-line really hasn't been all that good of late either. They've gone for just 4.0 yards per carry in their last 3 games. They're going up against a Seattle rush defense here who has been one of the best in the league over the last month. Seattle's allowed just 3.4 yards per carry against in their last 3 games. Antonio Gibson still splitting snaps big time too with J.D. McKissic. He's played on under 50% of the snaps in 4 of his last 5 games now. It's a pretty big total to hit for a guy only playing on about 50% of the snaps or less each game against a tough rush defense. I like going under on Antonio Gibson here. 65.5, just looking a little bit too big for me. For my second pick, let's head over to the Seattle Seahawks and let's go to DK Metcalf here. I like DK Metcalf to go over his receiving yardage prop of 65.5 yards on No House Advantage. This should be a spot for Metcalf to show off as well against a weaker Washington football team pass defense. The football team have allowed the 5th most receiving yards to opposing wide receivers this year. And if you look at DK Metcalf over his last couple games with Russell Wilson, the yardage and the big plays haven't been there, but he does have an average depth of target of 14.5 yards. So he has been getting targeted downfield. We like that. Those big plays, again, should be there against the Washington pass defense that have allowed big plays to wide receivers all year. They've got a couple cornerbacks too who are 6 feet or less in height. DK Metcalf going to have a nice height advantage here. I think you're going to see Russ and DK Metcalf connect on a couple big plays, and I definitely like going over his receiving yardage here. We haven't projected again for over 75 receiving yards, on Awesemo this week. Let's go back over to the Washington football team for a final pick though, and I like targeting Taylor Heinicke here as well, but I like targeting him to throw an interception against Seattle. If you look at Heinicke this year, he's got 9 interceptions in 10 games. He's got a 2.7 interception rate. That's not great. And the Seattle Seahawks, they're not a high turnover team. They've only got 4 interceptions on the year, but their defensive line has picked up their play a little bit of late. And at some point, you're going to see some positive regression from the Seattle defense, especially in that turnover department. I don't think that the Washington football team is going to be able to run the ball much here against an elite Seattle rush defense. Again, Seahawks have only allowed 3.4 yards per carry over their last 3 games, and Washington's O-line really hasn't been that good rushing the ball. I think you're going to see Taylor Heinicke drop back 35-plus times here in a game where Washington is an underdog. And again, when Taylor Heinicke has dropped back a lot, he's typically thrown at least 1 pick, 9 interceptions on the year. I like targeting Taylor Heinicke to go over 0.5 interceptions on No House Advantage this week. So just to recap, guys, 3 picks for Week 12 Monday Night Football going to be Antonio Gibson under 65.5 rushing yards, DK Metcalf over 65.5 receiving yards, and Taylor Heinicke over 0.5 interceptions for the game. Make sure you smash that like button before you leave, guys. Subscribe to the Awesemo YouTube channel if you haven't already. Most importantly, have a great Week 12 for Monday Night Football. My name's Geoff Ulrich. We'll talk to you again soon.